I'm good. Alph was a fine game. Just kidding. It was... It made me sad. And because of that, it was an okay game. If it would not have made me sad, I would have said it was a good game. Hey, Phantom guy. Die. Please. Please! Enough. You're dead, we get it. Be dead. Stay dead. Kill the Gavilius snakes. I'm really looking forward to playing Gavilius. Just saying. Jump! Yeah, nailed it. Yeah, there's more gold. Yeah. Oh, kill the green snake. Good job. You're a wizard, Harry. Oh, no. Alright, now I'm in trouble, for real. For realsies. Oh, what the hell? I died? What did I die from? Oh, did I die from time? Oh my god. No! No! That's okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Why would I be mad? Why would I be mad? Why would I be upset? It's fine. To be fair, Borgrim, I really like Zaxxon 3D. It's just unplayable. It's just unplayable. And it's not, I don't even think it's the game's fault. It's just that you can't emulate that 3D thing that it did with the glasses through the program. All that 3D emulation does is attempt to remove it and turn it into like a 2D picture. And so that worked for 3D Maze Hunt, but it didn't work for Zaxxon because Zaxxon didn't quite work that way. So there's no depth perception, and the game relies on the depth perception. So it's really sad. I don't know how I'm gonna get past that. I'm hoping that like just by putting it probably at the back of the line, eventually I'll have the 3D hardware. And I don't know how that gets captured either, so it's gonna be weird. But I don't know, there's gotta be a way to figure it out. Do I like doing a challenge? I do actually. So Sega Master System, even though I grew up with, well, even though, you know, I had it as a kid, I was bigger on the Genesis, obviously. That was more in my age range. So while this has nostalgic value to me, the Genesis has more. But, you know, there are other folks that are doing Sega Genesis challenges. And so I didn't want to just, like, do the same thing. And I noticed, at least at the time I thought, that nobody else was doing the Sega Master... doing one for the Sega Master System. There's actually somebody doing it. I follow him. Gee, I forgot the name. I feel really bad about that right now. But he's a European streamer, and he's doing Sega. He's doing all of the Sega Master System games. Or maybe all of the European ones, actually. Maybe not all of them. But he's doing a challenge too. He's got a lot more games to go through. I only have 114, I think, is the count. There were not a lot of games released for the Master System in America, but in Europe there were like 300 maybe, or it was like way more. And there were a lot released for Brazil too. The Sega Master System did really well in Brazil. Like really well. Like it was its own market. Whoops. There we go. But I'm hoping to complete this challenge and then move on to Sega Genesis. That's what I've always wanted to do, but I didn't want to just get into Sega Genesis and I don't know. There are others doing it, so I was kind of hoping that in the amount of time that it takes for me to complete this challenge, they will already be so far ahead, or perhaps complete with their challenge. And so, you know, I feel less like I'm piggybacking off of what they're doing. Whoa, I did not realize that this was the Super Boot shop. That's weird. Yeah, I was thinking of like challenges to do. So that kind of a thing is something I like doing. I like something that's hard to accomplish, and that requires commitment. It's something I enjoy more, so it's why I streamed EU4 for like years, being brand new to the game, because it was something to, like, getting good at that game was something to accomplish. And lately I felt like I'm kind of as good as I can get at that game, and the channel was starting to become like an EU4 channel, so I kind of wanted to get away from that. And so the channel's doing a bit of rebranding right now and rebuilding. But some other things I considered were, I thought to myself, well, no one's doing, this is actually how I found you. I was thinking to myself, well, no one's doing old PC games, like from the 90s or like late 80s. No one's doing that kind of stuff. I eventually did find people that were, so I was wrong about that, but initially I didn't know of anybody. And I thought for a while, well, I could kind of run through, you know, an old PC game challenge would probably be too much, but I could roll through like all of the Sierra Adventure games, because that's like dozens and dozens of games. That would be kind of like a mini marathon. I could try that. Eventually, I just settled on the console. And actually, oh, I don't have the shield. Crap. I'm glad that I chose this. The Sega Master System was a superior system to the Nintendo. It just didn't have the library, and it didn't sell as well. You know, that was Sega's first attempt to get into the market. But it was a better system. It had to be. Otherwise, people would have no reason to buy it. I'm gonna complete the SMS challenge in 2021. We're gonna have colonies on Mars by the time I complete the challenge. Sounds like a recipe for Dark Souls. I am going to return to Dark Souls, Goroth, I promise. I promise. Reminds me of an early podcast. We're still doing the podcast. Pick one specific chunk of Genesis games, like maybe do all sports or all platformers. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So we could take like a subset. Well, that could work. But, yeah, that could work, I guess. Hippo's doing all the DOS adventure games. Yeah, and K is doing those too. I watch Ann K a lot. I don't know of Hippo, actually. Yeah, that's the problem, Tom. So, like, the older stuff, like stuff that's no later than, say, 94, you can run on DOSBox, right? And that's fine. But there's no good system for streaming Windows games in from the late 90s, early 2000s. Maybe not early 2000s, but late 90s. That 5-year stretch there, it's not really covered well. And for me, I haven't figured out how to be able to stream the games reliably. I might have to make like a dummy Twitch account just to like test my streams to see how things capture and whatever. Because like the other day when Wing Commander was not behaving properly, and neither was Mist, and neither was Stronghold, I was fed up. It's like an hour wasted. And every game has its unique problems. Like some are reliant on a very specific Flash version or QuickTime or whatever. So Warcraft is easy. You can do that on DOSBox. Even Warcraft 2 you can do on DOSBox, believe it or not. That's not a problem. But Myst is an example of a problematic game. Another problematic game is like... Oh, I got kicked out. Closed. Like Vampire the Masquerade, or Nox, or... Basically any game that Tom plays on his channel. Basically any one of his games that he plays. I don't know how you do it. They randomly break in the middle of the game. Yeah, that's what happened to Myst. I got started, but it wasn't like I had just started. I was in like 10 minutes of gameplay, and it just closes. I was like, oh, screw that, you know? I think we need to change the... caster command. Probably !caster triggers something on the speedrun bot for the RPG bit. So if we change caster to something else, like whatever, shout out or whatever we want to just change that command to, it probably won't set it off. Have you used DXWND? No. No, I haven't. I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. Well, DirectX... oh, okay, so it's probably a DirectX emulator for Windows? Or it emulates the games that rely on certain DirectX versions? This inspired me to take a break from Persona 5. Oh my god. What's with that?